everyone, Lucamus Prime here. So it is time for the next episode of Movie That Deserves a Sequel, and in today's video I'm going to be covering this time an example of an animated film that I'd love to see a sequel to, one that came out this year too as well, which I also saw as well and reviewed on this channel. And this film, of course, which I'd love to see a sequel to, is none other than this year's The Super Mario Brothers movie. So you guys are probably going to be asking me, of course, what are my thoughts on this film. So after I, of course, saw this movie at the cinema early this year, I did my review on this as well. So if you want to hear my full thought on it in depth, then go check out my review of it. But I absolutely love this movie, and it's most definitely one of my favourite movies of this year that's been released. I definitely really loved it, and I definitely really think it was done with fans of the Mario games in mind, and I definitely really loved it. So on the topic of why I think it deserves a sequel then, so aside from, of course, how it became the highest grossing film by Illumination as well, so it was definitely a big box office success, I definitely think this film deserves a sequel because the film, of course, has a pretty exciting end credit scene where there was a hint towards the character of Yoshi, which was definitely very exciting right there, how this was setting him up there at the end. So I definitely really think this film deserves a sequel, absolutely. And I also, as well, I think it was definitely done with fans in mind too, because it was really faithful to the video games the franchise is based on. And it was even as well produced by the creator of the franchise, Shigeru Miyamoto, as well, which is pretty awesome. And the directors definitely have my absolute respect for this, because they made this film for Mario fans, and when I saw the film, it definitely had the spirit of the video game franchise in it. And I'm also one of those people who did not have a problem with the casting of Chris Pratt as a voice of Mario, because Chris Pratt, to me, is a great actor, and so far he's never failed in any roles I've seen of his, and Mario is definitely no exception, because I think he did a great job voicing Mario in this film. And you've also all got to bear in mind that the character of Mario has not had an Italian accent in some projects before, has he? So Chris Pratt wouldn't be the first actor to not use the Italian accent for a character. So of course, the character not having an Italian accent was not a problem for me, really, because I think Chris Pratt did a really great job playing him in the film, gave a great performance. And also, as well, at one point in the film, he does do the Italian accent, so he is quite capable of doing an Italian accent. And Chris Pratt's an absolute legend, and I think as Mario, he did a really great job. And the rest of the cast also were great as well in this, such as Charlie Day as Luigi. Thought he was really funny as Luigi. Anya Taylor-Joy was also great in Mrs. Princess Peach as well. And I've also got to give lots of praise to Jack Black as Bowser, because I think he did a really great job voicing Bowser. Definitely my favourite part of the film, because he was a perfect casting and just did a really phenomenal job. And I must say, it's actually very hard to tell with Jack Black in this film because of how great he was. The only nitpick about how his film, of course, if you see my review, of course, was Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, because, as you guys know, I hate Seth Rogen. I think he's an absolute douchebag. And not to mention, I personally think he wasn't even trying as Donkey Kong, because it was literally just his natural voice. He wasn't trying at all to sound like how a character should sound at all. And my disrespect for him increased even more when he recently said that people shouldn't have negative reviews on films. Like, really, Seth? People have a right to an opinion. And my opinion is you sucked as Donkey Kong. And anyway, though, or what I will say is that despite that one nitpick I have with a movie, I think it is definitely well deserving of a sequel. And if we do a sequel, I will definitely be there to watch it day one at the cinema, because when I saw this film at the cinema, I definitely really loved it. And I will also be honest and say that it's also one of my favourite cinematic experiences this year so far, because one of my favourite films I saw at the cinema so far this year has been John Wick Chapter 4. I personally think Mario for me had a much better experience because there was actually a cinematic crowd, whereas in John Wick 4 there was unfortunately barely anyone there, sadly. But with Mario, we had a great reaction, people were laughing and cheering. It was definitely a great experience, and I'd love to experience it again, absolutely. So I will definitely be there to see it at the cinema when it comes out. When it comes to the future, Nintendo has been interested in making more animated films if this film is successful, and because this is Illumination's highest grossing film and one of the highest grossing films of this year, it looks like a sequel is guaranteed to happen. So, and I'd definitely be able to see it. And Chris Pratt also said that news will come on the sequel soon, but the project has been put on hold due to a recent strike. But now that Strike It has finished, there's a chance they could probably greenlight the sequel very soon. And I really hope they do, because after seeing, of course, the ending of this film which sets up Yoshi, I'm like, just give me Mario 2 right now, please. Because I'm very excited for what this franchise could become. I mean, for all we know, it could be like a big franchise of films based on the games, which could be pretty awesome. They've even as well talked about spin-offs, which is pretty cool too, so I definitely would love to see those too as well. Oh, absolutely. So, anyway, guys, it's long story short, I definitely think the Super Mario Bros. Movie is definitely a big example, I can say, of a film that does deserve sequels. And if they do sequels, I will definitely be able to go see them, because I love this first movie. It was made with fans of Mario in mind. And as someone who's played some of the games when I was a kid, it definitely was great for me to watch this. And it was definitely a massive blast for me from start to finish. Just a really fun film, which definitely, in my opinion, is helping keep an animated genre of films relevant today as well, I must say. Because I feel that some animated film companies have gone downhill recently, but this film, however, is proof that you can still make good animated films in today's industry, really. Absolutely. Because this film was made with fans of a franchise in mind. And that's who you should make films for. You should make films for the fans, because they're the ones who are paying money to see your movie. So you should make it for them, not for critics. This will be an example of a film where I don't agree with critics, because I love this movie. While I've noticed that many critics for some reason hate this movie, I don't know why, because I love this movie. But anyway, guys, this is me covering why, in my opinion, the Super Mario Bros. Movie from this year is a strong example of an animated film that does deserve a sequel. So, you know the drill, guys. Be sure to give this video a like. Also, be sure to tell us in the comments what you guys think of the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Have you seen it? Leave a comment below what you think of it. Do you need a sequel on it? Leave a comment below what you think. Also, be sure to join Team Prime by pressing subscribe and it will come in the future. And I'll see you all later.